pie, baby. I think I'm gonna be pie. That's crazy.
We ain't got no pie. Just
Listen,
Already.
I'm gonna be pie today. I already see it.
Can't even understand these niggas some days, bro.
Yeah, I love you too, though.
And it's going on. Someone's on the phone at 1 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. Alright, do me a favor, turn it a little bit. Where it's not like on his. Like, you see how much space it is? Hey, my niggas up. We definitely gonna get him together, man. We gotta get his wardrobe together. What's the deal, man? Make sure y'all subscribe in time. Y'all know what time it is. 7:30, man. We always gonna eat, man. Yeah. Alright, man. Let's get it going. Share my shit, man. Hold on, man. I gotta share my shit, like my shit, do all the extra shit. And if you fuck with the gang, man, make sure y'all subscribe and tell a friend to do the same thing, man, because we 1 in a fucking million and we're great at what we do. You feel me? Tied to the game, bro. We are here to make personalities. We do not just waste our time in air talking, like we don't just do that. We kind of are making personalities over here. Like you guys are learning new people to be around, and people with good opinions and people that have creativity inside of them. You know what I'm saying? Facts. I seen the hashtag going around, hashtag they miss Tron. You know what I'm saying? Or hashtag where is Tron? Hey, listen, hashtag where's Tron? That's what he'll be back. If we need to, we can. He's 1 phone call away. For anybody that's asking. Just want to let y'all know that can happen. You know what I'm saying? We can make it happen if y'all need it to happen. If y'all need to hear his voice, just let me know in the comments. Hashtag where's Tron. If it get 10 hashtags, I'll call him just so y'all can hear his voice because I know he watching.
You gonna call him on the pod or you gonna?
Yeah, I'll call him on the pod. Like, it's that easy. It's my cousin.
Brother just got it like that. I just call him.
It's my cousin. Like, it's kind of crazy. Like,
let's put that bottle down, brother.
Hey man, don't judge me.
That's the bottle you need to pick
don't
up.
Judge me.
That's the bottle with the
nobody likes me, and that's okay, cause I don't like y'all anyway. All right, let's start.
Ooh.
In irrelevant news. That's what we usually do.
Irrelevant. Okay.
In irrelevant news, right?
No, you didn't say irrelevant.
No. In irrelevant.
So irrelevant then.
Irrelevant.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah, irrelevant. All right. So in irrelevant news.
Yes, sir.
Why do you feel like artists today are canceling their shows? And what I mean by that is like they're picking certain cities, certain dates, and they're just canceling them. Like, all right, this ain't do what I thought it was gonna do. It ain't a sellout, so I'm not going there.
Tickets ain't selling. That's number one.
I'll let you go first, cuz I'll let you have that one.
Definitely them tickets, man. That's number one, bro. Like, people... My man Cole said it on KOD. How many years ago was KOD?
I want to say 2.
About 2, 3, 4 years ago? I'd say about 20. I think it was 2018 when KOD came.
Damn, that'd be, if it is, that'd be crazy.
Time walking, ain't it?
Man,
no, it's running, actually.
You telling? Who is you telling, bruh? Ain't no, man, boy, if I find out KOD came out and...
is it mighty funny to me how all of these people who had a problem with Gunna who done dropped albums, ain't none of them topped that man album yet?
Facts. But I think that's just because, you know what I'm saying, people wanted to hear what he had to say because of the... Damn, that shit dropped in 2018.
2018.
It did. I knew that. I was just trying to let you get
what,
I was trying to let you get your shit off.
Man, well, I'm letting Cuz get his shit off, man, because he said, tickets ain't selling. Like, well, why you feel like that, though? What do you think it is? Like, why you think tickets ain't selling the way they should be?
I mean, it's the persona, man. The persona is outweighing the popularity of the music now, bro.
I don't believe that.
Well, Dmarks, he gonna disagree with everything.
I mean, you gotta agree to disagree sometimes.
No, I don't agree with that. I'm just tell you what it is. Is people can't afford what you got going on. Let's start where we at.
Talk your shit. Talk your shit.
I knew y'all niggas was going.
Go deeper. Go ahead. Go. Pause.
Whoa.
Pause.
Go deeper.
I caught it.
It's crazy.
I caught it.
It's crazy over here. All right. So listen, what I'm saying is, it's just my belief. I feel like people, damn, I lost my point. What did I say?
People can't afford what you got going on.
All right, people can't afford what you got going on. I was thinking too much. Thank you. But listen, people can't afford it. Beyonce ticket is $1,000.
Oh, I seen people pawning them today.
Hold on, I'm just paraphrasing. Beyonce ticket is $1,000, right?
Yes, sir.
$1,000, right? Okay, so and Drake's is $500, right? Drake. Whoa, listen to what I'm saying. Just hear me out. So if I want to go see Beyonce and Drake, and then here come Lil Baby, like, and I might like really rock with Lil Baby. Like, I really might be a fan of Lil Baby. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Now I got a tree shake, eliminate who I want to go see and who I don't want to go see. So now I'm weighing you up against my fandom or who I would prefer to go hear in a concert setting. I can probably go to two of y'all if y'all come at different times.
Yeah.
Right.
So depending on where the date lies of what you got going on, you get what I'm saying? Maybe I can go see Drake and Beyonce.
Yeah.
Okay. A lot of people want to see Drake and Beyonce.
Yeah.
That's $1,500 right there. You get what I'm saying? That's somebody's car. That's somebody's rent. That is a lot of things for people to do $1,500. But if Drake coming in December and Beyonce is coming in fucking
January.
Yeah, no, November. All right. So if Beyonce come in March and then Drake is coming in December, that's a better.
Very good timeline.
I can adjust to that.
Yeah.
But if Lil Baby decide to come in the middle of that and come in January, well, how much is your ticket, Little Baby? Right. Is it $60? Can I get a $60 ticket? Do I got to pay top dollar for it?
How is your body of performance?
At the time in which you're coming. Yes, I like the old slaps. Yes, I'm going to be here for that. But you may be an artist that'll show up to a city that don't want to play their old slaps like they supposed to. Yeah. This tonight, you might not be feeling the old slaps. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not feeling the old slaps, then what am I going to do? Like, I'm here and I done wasted $100 because I really came for my dog, freestyle, you get what I'm saying? Something to prove. Like my turn. Like I came for them type of slaps. And then now you want to talk about, hey, I didn't put our file. Hey. Like, Lil Baby. Listen, I'm not mad. I hate the hook on the song.
I was about to say, you said you kind of rock with the song a little bit.
It sounds so sassy too.
No, listen, the verses that if he could have put them on any other song in the world, like he really snapped on the song. It's just the hook. You get what I'm saying? I wish he wouldn't have never came with that hook. Like, if you could have found anybody in the world to help you change that hook, bro, I would have preferred you to change it because that's just what it is. But
he just had Yes Men in the
I get
in
it.
the
I would
studio.
have told him the verse is hard, but pause. The verses is nice, but
that's not a pause. No, that wasn't a pause. Right, that wasn't a pause. I let
the verses are top, like are
nice
equivalent.
Right. Equivalent.
That was crazy. Equivalent to you get what I'm saying? Like what you drop, like that could become a potential slap, but your hook ain't working. Like it's not working, gang. Like I'm just letting you know, it's just gonna be an imagery of what you're trying to put out. Especially when you diss academics on the album too. So you knew you just kind of gaslit the guy, even though he helped you sell the album, because niggas want to hear what you know what I'm saying, what you said. So that's the only reason I even went and listened to the Lil Baby album, because I didn't really even know he dropped until he, you know what I'm saying, I'm up one day hearing academics at 2:00 in the morning screaming on the damn TV about Lil Baby dissed him. And I'm like, when? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I went and listened to the album. I'm like, oh, okay. That's when he dissed academics. Okay, he dissed okay, all right. 2, 3, 4. I get it. It's making sense now. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So from my perspective, first I want to say about academics, keep yourself safe. That's all I want to say about academics.
Keep yourself safe. I feel like nobody ain't gonna touch academics. He got to a level where
okay. So
yeah, I don't think he didn't gain that level now where people ain't even on that.
Okay, so when I say keep yourself safe, I mean something else. If you know, you know. But all I'm saying is, I think one of the topic we had was, why do you think some artists aren't selling the way that
others are?
Yeah,
right.
I think the biggest reason, and I want to give a huge shout out to rappers like Larry June, Currency, and other rappers, because a lot of times they tickets not super expensive. Like they ticket at most might be $100, but general admission like $50, $60, maybe $80. You could pack a house, and it's the reason why I love what they do is they focus so much more on building a relationship with their fan base, that to the point where, like, yeah, they could sell out a venue of 500 people, or depending on what they're doing at that time, they might be able to sell out a venue with 10,000 people, 10, 15,000 people. Like Larry June, he getting ready to do a concert, I think, overseas. He got a couple venues that hold 12, 15,000 people. Damn near sold out.
Okay, now listen. It's overseas. It's a different thing when you go over.
No, here too.
I get
Here
it.
too.
But and I don't make this seem like I'm shitting on Currency, but 10,000 people, Currency, you pushing it. No, gang, you pushing it to.
Bruh.
Hold on, let me explain.
Does he not know about the fandom?
He don't know about the fandom. He don't listen to it like I do.
Or
I don't take nothing because say personally about Currency
All right,
personally
okay.
because he know I rock
It's
with him
not
and he fuck
about
with him a
that.
little bit too,
It's not
just
about
not on the
He can
level I
definitely sell out a
do.
venue
You know what I'm
with
saying?
10,000.
It's not about what I'm. See, you looking at it in the wrong
Come on,
perspective
come
of
on,
what
talk
I'm
to me.
saying.
He ain't shitting on the shoes. He not.
I know.
What I'm saying is for Currency, right? Okay, if Currency dropped the tour date right now, wherever this is, right? The tickets are not gonna sell.
Out immediately like.
It's not a sellout.
Okay.
Currency has more of a walk up crowd.
Say day of, like, oh,
damn,
shit.
Currency performing tonight. Where okay, I can make 10,000 may show up after the fact. 5 may come. 5 may buy the ticket pre-date. The other 5 may come of date. You get what I'm saying? So, because of how reasonable his tickets is, it's a lot of people that fuck with what he got going on. He smoked weed. It's like you get that kind of vibe when you fuck with Currency. So if you really fuck with Currency, that's what it is. And depending on where he is, depending on who he may bring with him. If this is a Pittsburgh show and you say 10,000, I may say 15,000 in Pittsburgh because it's a potential chance Wiz could come. Absolutely. He has a real close relationship with Wiz. So Wiz could make this. Some fan could be like, "Well, it's a potential chance I could see Currency and Wiz tonight." Like I fuck with Currency, but this is a potential chance I could see Wiz tonight. Like Wiz and Currency, like we can get to hear that, like that. Oh, okay, I'm with that. Like I'm with that.
So my rebuttal to that would be, you said that pre-sale might be like we'll say 5,000, and then the other 5,000 might be day of, right? My rebuttal to that would be, what in the cinnamon toast fuck does that have to do with the price of tea in China? What does that have to do? What does that have to do with the price of tea in China?
Nothing. Okay. The point was why of cancellation is like I feel like that's why I'm asking about the artists though. Like the other artists too.
I'm getting ready to expand on that.
So yeah, like the other artists too. I'm asking why. Like yeah, Currency understands that though. He understands that market game. Like all right, I'm not.
Which is why he will never cancel the show.
Right, I'm not gonna cancel because I mean at the least if I get 8,000 out of the 10, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like if I get 6 out of the 10, that's cool. Like these big artists, they really running into a wall where it's like, well, I'm supposed to have 20,000 people in here,
and they panicking.
I'm a kind of shit on a couple of our bigger artist shoes. I'm kind of shit on some people's shoes. I think one of the reasons also is a lot of these niggas are not, excuse my language, a lot of these brothers are not as lit as they seem to be. Now, that's not to say that Lil Baby ain't lit. I'm sure he is. But where I see it as is like J. Cole said, how many niggas is faking their streams, getting players from machines? That type of shit. Like,
you think Lil Baby getting?
No, I'm not saying that, but it could be that. And I think only certain people can sell out like certain venues in certain places. Like if it's not Cole, it's not Kendrick, it's not Drake, it's not Taylor Swift, it's not Beyonce, you're not gonna sell out Madison Square Garden with 100,000 seats. That's not gonna happen.
All right, I'm not gonna ever let you just name
Baby
all those
can't sell out
people.
Madison Square Garden.
Okay, no, I'm not gonna let you name all those people and forget about Hov.
No,
Like,
no,
we
right.
not
Wow,
gonna-
I was thinking that in my head before you.
I named Taylor Swift and forgot about Hov.
No.
You really
I'm not
truly
trying to shit
definitely
on
sold
shoes.
to God
Absolutely
now.
not. I'm not trying to
Can
shit
I
on
get
Hov
an
shoes. Absolutely
encore?
not.
Do you want more?
No, absolutely not. I'm not trying to shit on Hov shoes, but those were the only people that could come to my mind. But
Right.
you know what I'm saying. But yeah, certain artists, they can sell out. Of course, they'll sell out their hometown. They'll sell out like certain areas. But a lot of these artists, in my opinion, are not as big as people think they are. That's not to say that Lil Baby ain't a star. He is. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Lil Baby suffers from what you call Busta Rhymes syndrome. I don't think that Lil Baby as a standalone is great, but as a feature artist, he's great.
Oh,
You didn't hear my turn. You didn't hear the beginning parts of it. Now, I'm only gonna say this, right? I'm only gonna say this. As an individual artist, I feel like, and this is where I kind of go back to the beginning. I don't feel like Lil Baby should have turned his back on Gunna. Right?
Me neither.
That too.
I'm gonna say this. Yes, you fuck with Slime. Yes, you and Thug cool or whatever. But at the same time, bruh, Doggy kind of helped you become who you are.
He held he basically held him and
You know
him
what I'm
on
saying?
that. Yeah.
Like, Dog kind of basically helped you create this
Baby
style
like
that
that,
you have.
man.
You know what I'm saying? That's why you talk about fashion the way you talk about it. That's why you talk about money the way you talk about it. The difference is you talk about like a little more gangster shit than Gunna do. You know what I'm saying? Gunna's more fashion, girls, and money. You are fashion, guns, money. You know what I'm saying?
Dice.
Couple of drugs, couple of this, couple of that. You have some different little lanes and pockets that you can find your way into.
I got a question to pose about Gunna too.
Okay, go ahead.
Why do people? Okay, so because I'm not all the way familiar with Gunna's catalog, but my thing is this: so before the whole snitching thing came out, was Gunna
Call that
classified?
nigga Gunna.
Right, I didn't mean to say that. Was Gunna classified as like a street rapper?
Yes.
Okay, never mind then. Because I was gonna say if he wasn't,
Big
then-
YSL.
Yeah, 'cause I
He was
just-
big slap. Big slime.
Okay, never
for
mind
sure.
then. Never
Well, he was the little slime, but you know.
okay, never mind.
He told
He
them
was
that-
in the mix. He was in the
told
mix.
them that the slime was the slime, but he was little slime.
Okay.
He was baby slime.
Okay, never
He
mind.
was slime.
Never mind.
He was slime on your head. You know Nickelodeon time? That's what Drake was singing about. That's who he was talking about.
Man.
I was just trying to get niggas a reference and a clarification that Drake dissed Gunna in the track. Like niggas didn't even understand that went over y'all head. Slime on your head, Nickelodeon
I
time.
love Drake just as much as the next person, but I'm getting
And
tired.
he was singing it too.
I'm getting tired of Drake subbing people, man. Just mention them by name.
All right, so listen. I only want to say this.
Thing to do. That's why.
No.
Some light-skinned shit, too. That's what it is. That's all.
No,
Light-skinned shit.
no,
That's what it is.
no. I'm gonna say this to be truthfully honest. I feel like it's one of the most wittiest things in the world.
Okay.
Right. So when I say the most wittiest things in the world, is because I'm not giving you the human the credit. If I say your name, it's gonna blow you up. But if I say slime on your head, Nickelodeon time. Business is business, only this time.
Who you talking about?
You feel me? Y'all gonna make all the perceptions of who you think I'm talking about. You can bring that in. You feel me? But I understand. All right, when Thug threw his little sub, right? Which was gay as hell. Like, I'm not gonna let that go, bro. Thug, I don't feel like you and Drake should have had that conversation, but I'm just saying at whatever time Thug called, they should have gave a timestamp of what time he called, and you know what I'm saying. But I felt like Drake was in the studio at about 3-4 o'clock in the morning. Thug called, you get the correctional call from, he said Jeff. You feel me? He had a little bass in his voice. He like Jeff. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying?
Why would you call it like this?
What's going on, brother?
No, he answered the phone. So he like press 1. Then he was like, Thug, come on, yo. He like, sup, my brother. He like, no, that's Thug. I'm Thug, right? Now I'm gonna turn into Drake. So what's going on, my brother? Like, why do you got your 8 a.m. no, your 12 o'clock p.m. a.m. voice on? Like, come on, bro, fix your face. All right, but anyway, where I say it got weird in the conversation to me at first was when Thug said, he said, what's going on? Talk to me. He said, I'm just pushing more Peter, more
Pause.
sweeter, more completer than any Peter pusher around. Okay, wait, Thug.
Pause.
Wait, pause. That's crazy.
That was super crazy.
He said this on the track, bro, so you can replay this.
Oh yeah,
Just
we gotta
saying.
play it for him for
You
sure.
can replay
So you
this
telling
moment. But that nigga said, I'm pushing more Peter,
Let me find
more
it
sweeter,
real quick, Flo, you-
more completer than any Peter pusher around, right? Stop. Don't you go there, right? So look, what I'm saying is, don't play it because they go copyright. So we got top
I ain't play
that top of Thug ass.
Snatch our shit.
Yeah. So look, and listen, it just that was a weird conversation. So when I ask, Gunna, like I would love to interview Gunna because I would love to ask, was pushing Pete really saying you pushing Peter? Cause how are you pushing this? Like, let's talk about it, gang. Like, let's do this Let's have this conversation.
talking about
Because I was
right
rapping
now.
the song too, like
You was pushing P.
Like,
and,
wait.
okay, so what does the P stand for?
bro. To this day,
Peter.
nobody could
Nobody
tell me
knows.
like what's P. I'm like, what is that? Like
Peter.
is
I told you, Peter. Sweeter.
Peter, man.
Yo,
Or completer.
that's crazy.
Did any Peter push her around? All right, let me get off Thug. I quit. I'm sorry. My bad, Thug. Listen, I fuck with Slime. Slime, you free the Thug, man. Free Thug, bro. Please free Thug, man. Hey, cause I really want to hear a real. I feel like Thug will sell 300 if he come home. Right? First home album.
If he
Cause
come home.
listen, I feel like when he come home, like. All right. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this case things. These case these little.
Because Rico's ain't no.
All right, okay, but it's a state RICO. See, what
Yeah.
y'all gotta understand is too, it's a
definitely
state RICO. So that's why they dragging it out so much. Understand one thing about it is, two things for sure. They really just trying to drag Thug out to plea out. You know what I'm saying? Because that's why they don't. You know, they having trouble on jury selection. That's why the case hasn't started. But what's crazy is Miami didn't have the same problem, and YNW Melly just got a fucking mistrial. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know if we give some round of applause for a
he
nigga to
gonna-
be home. Like, I don't think he home yet, but I've heard that he's free. You get what I'm saying?
Now, do you think he gonna go to jail?
Well, they definitely coming back with a double charge. They gonna charge him again. Like, they coming again. Like, pause. They gonna definitely try that again. Like, they're coming. Like, they're coming back. Like, hey, don't think that this is over. Like,
So they still got to do something with Portland too.
but okay, so that's where I was getting to. So my question is, do they just crucify Portland? Like, you showed up with the bodies, gang.
Yeah.
Man,
We mistrial with him, but you, gang, you showed up with the bodies. In Melly's trial, you've been proven to be a liar. You didn't take the stand to say that you didn't kill them. So you can't play the quiet act because Melly wasn't there. He didn't show up with them.
So
Right.
then now
They did a lot of digital things to try to place Melly at the scene or whatever happened. Portland, stupid. Hey, light-skinned guy. You dumb. Yeah. Let me explain what you
always
just took.
these light skinned niggas.
Let me tell you what you just set yourself up for, stupid. When you ran in and said, hey, we in a drive-by. Somebody shot at us, right? Like, and my man's they need help, right? Well, Melly set your dumb ass up because if he did do the killing, like they allege that he did,
allegedly.
well, your dumb ass showed up to the hospital with the bodies.
Dickhead.
Damn.
Trying to be cool.
I'm just saying, think about it. Then think about this too. What a lot of people don't know, they separated their cases. Melly I'm sure it was the defense attorney. Hey, you're over there, we over here, we're good. You do your thing. Separation of cases. If not, why are they not tried together?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, Melly don't have to say anything. As long as you stay quiet, do your time, wait it out like you're supposed to, we're gonna get you off, gang.
Yeah.
Mistrial.
That's some cold shit then.
See, the only thing that if I was his defense attorney at that point, when I felt like a mistrial was coming, I would have filed a mistrial with no double jeopardy. Can't come back,
Man. So you can't try
Can't
me
come
again.
back. Nope, your loss, not ours.
Stupid.
We won. You feel me? Nah, hey, you gotta go crucify dog. They ain't got nothing to do with us.
Yeah.
Like, my client is not even in small part. He don't know nothing. You can say that, but like I said, like if you watch the YNW Melly case, he said it. Like, bro, we all share phones. That's like right now, if everybody had iPhones and we all just interchanged our iPhones. Like, you got my iPhone for the day, I got your iPhone for the day. You switch with Juan switch with you, and we just all interchange our iPhones because we're a collaborative
Right.
pod. Like, that's just what we do. Like, shit, one day I might have Flow phone. Like, fuck what you talk about. Like, it's just what it is.
Yeah.
I can go kill somebody, and just because I got your phone don't mean, like, you did it. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean you did it. Like, gotta prove it.
Yeah.
I watched that case.
And I commend you for watching the case for that period of time.
I watched that case like Literally, not thoroughly, but I watched the like clips from time to time. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's where it kind of like I kind of seen it like it was coming. And even if you got a jury and maybe more of them believe that Melly was guilty. You get what I'm saying? If you got a jury would know, if you got 4 or 5 people on this jury of 12 that say no, then guess what? We don't have a discussion.
Jury.
And the judge told him, bro, if y'all go back there again and come back with no, I'm going to declare this a mistrial.
Wasting my time.
Figure something out.
No, y'all not wasting my time because I'm getting paid. Y'all wasting the state's time. Y'all wasting everybody's time. So what do y'all got? Like, y'all heard the trial. It's over with now. At this point, like, y'all heard all the evidence. Y'all heard everything. So what's next?
This wasn't nothing but a power episode, basically.
Damn.
I'm not going to say a power episode, but it was close. All right, come on, get to your shit, man. Get your shit off.
So my topic was.
Oh wait. I didn't mean to do that. All right, listen. Hey, it's tied to the game, man, because I'm tripping. Y'all gotta remind me in the comments. Hey, Dmarks, your dumb ass gotta tell us like, share, subscribe, and make sure that we do all the extra shit. And you know what I'm saying? Because you know, like, you don't be saying that shit a lot, so make sure y'all say it. All right, so make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, and do all the extra shit. And you know, join the nation. The nation is what we are. The nation is who we are. We are a collective, a community. We want to grow each other as people. And we want to that, you know what I'm saying? So I want y'all to understand that.
This is a certified hood classic.
And all we ask for them people out there in the world and everybody that thinks different of us is,
What more do you want from me?
and yeah, man, if y'all want to take a shot one time, let's take a shot. Can we get a shot?
Yeah, take a shot.
Hell yeah. I said give me a hell yeah.
All right, get to that one you had. Come on, let's talk.
So my topic was I had seen a video, a little snippet on YouTube.
Shout out to the 12 in the chat, man. We respect y'all, man. Big love.
Facts, we love y'all. But I seen the topic, not the topic. I seen a clip of Ice Cube. You know, shout out to the OG, and he was saying that record labels, record companies, they use social engineering to get people that listen to certain types of music. They get them to participate in criminal activities or get them to try to chase cloud or all types of crazy shit. And it was I didn't fully watch it like I wanted to because I had other shit going on. But it just really made me think, do you think that record labels, record companies, or these big, powerful music entities, do you think they play certain types of music in order to try to control people or if not control, but to influence them to do things?
Yes. That's music. Music influenced you to do everything. Music influenced you from a baby.
Facts.
Music influenced you to how to talk to a girl.
Facts.
Music influenced you to how to dress.
Facts.
Music influenced you to how to be a human being, bro.
Facts.
All right, black culture is music, bro.
Facts.
One thing we got to understand is we learn so much stuff through music, bro. Like
Facts.
growing up, some of us didn't have fathers. Some of us didn't have mothers.
Facts.
Some of us didn't have those parents. Like your parents could have been in the room with you and been there, like, you know what I'm saying? But they didn't know how to connect with you.
Facts.
So we just like a lot of people grow up and be like, man, I had both my mama and my daddy, but we just don't get along, right? Well, y'all just didn't connect. Y'all didn't find a connection. Some people just live for what they are. Some people are just what they are. Like, you have to deal with that. You get what I'm saying? So when I say music, sometimes people listen to music and it influences you for everything. You didn't buy Cartiers because Blaze said it. No, you bought them because Blaze said it. I was saying that wrong. You didn't buy a Cartier because they was just out on the shelf. Facts. No, you bought them because a rapper said, these glasses $3,000, and nigga, I'm shitting on niggas with these $3,000 Cartiers on. You know what I'm saying? Sada Baby ain't just say, nigga, threw my black buffs on, and now I'm acting fake as fuck. No, nigga, I'm doing this for a reason, nigga, because I got the black buffs on, nigga. I'm acting fake as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I don't want to talk to you no more, nigga. You know how much my glasses cost. You feel me? Like, nah, nigga, when I ain't had this, you ain't want to kick it. You get what I'm saying? So, yes, music influenced you to do a lot of things. You get what I'm saying? So when it comes to the killing or the drilling, like the drill music like that people going on, like, see, when I was growing up, just to listen to music it was a story to me. It's just like watching a Power episode. It's like reading a book. You read books. Like when I used to grow up, I used to look at girls that used to read the same books and all them type of books, little freaky books, and they used to be like, ooh, they talking about this and talking about that. And then the teachers come try to take their books and shit, and they be like, it's a book. Like, why are you tweaking over it? Like, it's just it's like a vision of what they bring to their imagination. These are just words, bro. Yes, they are a little advanced, but it's just words. Like that don't mean that she gonna go do it, but she could be influenced by these things. You get what I'm saying? It's about your influence. You should be reading this and not that. You should be doing this and not that. You know what I'm saying? Like I get it, but at the same time, without music, do you learn half the things in the world that you know? You know what I'm saying? Do you know how to identify a drug dealer? Would you know how to identify a killer? Would you know how to identify a nigga that be really on, you know what I'm saying? Like you wouldn't know this without music because these rappers or these people that talk about it, they kind of give you the game plan. You know what I'm saying? It's the game plan. Like you kind of hear it and you be like, all right, I'm an average Joe. I'm not a civilian, but I know, I know some hood niggas. Like I'm in the hood. Like you know what I'm saying? I'm not a civilian, but I'm still a civilian. Like I don't want my kids harmed or I don't want no harm brought to me, but I can identify these people when I'm around them. Like, all right, you do something different than what I got going on. You know what I'm saying? So I might have to watch being around you. I might have to be cautious when I'm around you. You get what I'm saying? So yes, music influence these type of things. You know what I'm saying? And record labels, they're not profiting. They're not. I mean, well, of course they're profiting off of it, but what I'm saying is, how can I tell somebody like King Von don't tell me your story? How can I tell somebody like Jay-Z don't tell me that you stood under a light pole with crack in your prime? With crack in your prime. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can I tell these people these things not to say? Like, don't say that on the record. Just be genuine.
Okay, so all right, so I'm gonna preference my answer with this.
T2 Nation, talk to me. What y'all think?
I agree. Okay. I agree because you know at some point you kind of have to just say like, yo, it's just words. At the end of the day, we telling our stories, we giving our perspectives, whatever. I disagree because yes, music does influence us, but I'm gonna say it like this: music influences melanated people on a different level. I'm gonna give you tie your shoes a little bit. Way back in the tribe days, the tribal days, like the Zulu tribe days.
Okay.
Before they would have like a big conflict, like war and fight and all of that. Back in those times, they used to dance. They used to dance, chant, beat their chests, utter sounds, all
Beat
of
themselves
that.
together.
Yes.
Okay.
Before war.
Right.
So my question is, if you take somebody like King Von, who has a consistent theme in his music of killing, murder, knocking somebody's head off, doing all types of crazy shit.
All right.
How can you not expect?
Not too much on Von though.
No, not just Von. No, not just Von. But rest in peace to Von. But not just him, but other artists like Lil Durk, G Herbo, whoever, even Detroit rappers. But all of those guys. But a lot of those guys. Music influences us on a different level because it's always been in us. Our music sounds, the art of instrumentation has always affected melanated people differently. And these record labels,
it's our book to our life, though.
Yes, but these record labels, these record companies, they know that.
But it's changing. It's changing those people's lives, though.
No. Listen, I'm not in disagreement with you on that, brother. Mm-hmm. But my thing is this: these machines, these corporations, they know these things.
Drums and dance. I'm definitely still cold.
But but these record labels, these record companies, they know this. They know that music affects us in a different way. Mm-hmm. So it's like, well, think about it like this. Back in the 80s, rap music was about how we might go to the club or we might break dance on the street. We might, hurrah, like we used to, you know what I'm saying? Back in the days, we used to break dance. We used to kick it, talk to the girls, whatever.
Right, I'm following.
You go to the night, like the early 90s, that's when gangster rap started to get introduced. But even then,
I think the gangster rap came a little earlier than the 90s, the early 90s, but
okay,
we'll
say like late 80s, early 90s.
Right, because Ice Cube and them started.
Right, NWA.
Well, Ice-T. No, Ice-T was gangster rap.
Right.
So he's about late 87.
NWA.
Right. They started coming with
Big Daddy Kane to some extent, because most of his music was about being a great rapper and macking on the ladies.
Hold on, what you mean, cuz? What you mean definitely Vine? I'm confused. Go ahead. But no, keep going with your point. I just wanted to get him to tell me.
When the addition of gangster rap started to come into hip hop, you still even in the 90s, you still had that balance. Like you had groups like De La Soul, Tribe Called Quest, Public Enemy. You had those, KRS-One. You had those artists or those groups that would still kick positive shit to you.
They would.
That is still, try to uplift you. And then you had gangster rap. You had niggas that was talking, we'd do this to whoever, whatever, whenever.
Right.
But as you started to get towards like the 2000s, it started to be more gangster oriented.
No.
Oh yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
All right. Let me kick it a little bit.
ain't
Right.
even done, but okay.
No. I just want to because I want to be honest. We got to be honest in this situation, right? So I'm following your timeline, right? The De La Soul's the positive mindset. Then it turned into the, fuck the police, gangster colors, all that type shit, right? But I feel like the early 2000s was more snap and roll, dance. It came back to the dancing. You know what I'm saying? White tee. Yup, in my white tee. Yeah. You feel me? It came back to that. Now, listen, going from the early 2000s, like quickly shifting from dancing, you get Jeezy, T.I., you get Gucci, you get a lot of, you know what I'm saying, early 2000s. These are and I get it, the gangster rap that you speaking of, it started coming through the, you know what I'm saying, it started coming back through the concept of music, but at that early 2000, niggas was wearing white tees doing the dance. Like they was here with it. Lean with it, rock with it, lean with it, rock. That's Crime Mob, Nuck If You Buck, like.
But even in some of those songs, you would hear some people reference like, even though I got a big white tee on, I still got my gun.
I mean, okay, but listen, I feel like,
and I'm not saying
Right.
you're wrong because that's because you kind of started to make my point for me a little bit.
Right, no, I'm following.
Like it was dance oriented.
Yeah,
we started to go.
because you had Soulja Boy,
right.
then you had
right.
and outside of them, then they started
You
getting.
remember the Crank That era when everybody
Fuck
was
yeah.
doing Crank That SpongeBob? Crank That.
Everybody
What?
cranked something. They was
What?
cranking something. They was turning
What?
up something.
So yeah, I get what you're saying, and it's crazy how
A lot of people don't remember the Crank That era.
come on now, like.
They'll remember that Yup in my white tee era.
Come on, man. But if you notice, because I remember when guys like Ice-T, Snoop Dogg was kind of like throwing shade on that, like, man, this shit ain't hip hop. This ain't whoop 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 whoop. And I'm like, bro, that's like y'all OGs in the game. That's kind of messed up. Like y'all got to remember, like in the '80s, that's how it started. If you want to argue in a way, hip hop kind of reset itself. It went back to the being about dance, macking on the girls, that sort of thing. So how is that not hip hop when hip hop started in the basements, on the streets?
I'm gonna tell you why.
You know what I'm saying? The dancing, the talking to the girls, all of that.
I feel like this is the problem with today's music, right? Like you get the older guys that's in the music business and they be like, man, them young niggas just tweaking out, they doing all kind of crazy shit. But tell me that My Mind Playing Tricks on Me ain't one of the most descriptive, retarded songs I ever seen. But it's a good song. I'm not saying that it ain't, but I'm just saying it's one of the most descriptive, craziest songs I ever heard in my life. You feel me? For a nigga to say he was dreaming, it wasn't even close to Halloween.
Then I felt just like a fiend.
Man,
it wasn't even close to
Halloween. Like, what
it was
you,
dark as fuck on the streets.
man,
My hands were all bloody from punching on the concrete.
Like,
that sound
come
like
on.
a drug trip, bro.
Bro, that sound like you was taking LSD game, or you was off the shrooms.
You just
man, you was doing
out.
something crazy. Like you just had a bad moment. But I can't be mad at like the Ghetto Boys for making that.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
Right.
Because at the end of the day, they told you my mind is playing tricks on me. Like, but they not telling me why that your mind is playing tricks on. What it happened to make your mind play tricks on you? All right, but that's that, and y'all accepted that. Snoop, Ice-T, y'all accepted that,
right?
So I mean, for us, and I mean for the younger generation, because this is considered now the younger generation. For me, I would feel like you can't tell those kids how to be artists because nobody told Snoop you was wrong for talking misogynistic on Doggy Style. You on there? It's a nigga on there taking a piss on the song. Like he in there. I don't know if he was really taking a piss, but the sound effect of the nigga taking a piss and then you starting a song behind that, like that's crazy. Like come on, bro. Like we got freaks in the living room getting it on and they ain't leaving till 6 in the morning. Like come on. So what you want to do? I got my.
I got a pocket full of rubbers and my homeboys do.
That's misogynistic. I got a pocket full of rubbers. Like And my homeboys do too. Like, y'all about to, what's going on at this house party?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But I'm not mad at you because I've been in house parties. And me and my homies we've definitely been on what Snoop was talking about. You get what I'm saying? But that's the difference. Like, you look at shit and be like, all right, well, y'all can't shit on them. And I appreciate Snoop and Shaq for actually coming around and supporting the young niggas. You know what I'm saying? Supporting the young homies for doing what they do, bro. I mean, I get it. Yes, we don't want to see everybody die or a kid killed or this is that and then and that. You know what I'm saying? But
Also,
hey,
I'm also.
we didn't want to see Tupac or Biggie dead either, but they both wished death on themselves.
Thank you.
That's all I'm saying.
I was just getting.
That's
ready
the point that I was trying to get to. That was my sum.
I was just getting ready to get into that because I think a lot of times we as listeners, sometimes we might just listen to the music and we may not necessarily pay attention to the message, but it's like you would be hard pressed or it would be disingenuous to say like a lot of these guys' themes in this music, a lot of it is centered around death. And it's like listen, I'm not no religious person by any stretch of the imagination. I ain't no Bible thumper. I ain't.
You
ain't gotta
be.
But it's certain things in that book that's just sound a little too
Come on.
real.
All right, listen. Let me just start with Biggie, right? Born to Die.
Ready to
Die. I'm sorry. I said that wrong. Ready to Die. Then you go to Life After Death.
Huh? You know,
To me, for people to think like, I can't name my album that, gang. I'm 20 fucking 4 or 5 years old, bro. Like, I'm not naming my album Life After Death, bro. What is life after? What are you talking about? What?
Tupac,
Diddy.
I see death around the corner.
Okay, wait. That's a song. I like that song.
I like the song too.
But right, that's another
Death
example
Around
of
the
what
Corner.
we saying. Like when that nigga used to say, like when you hear it, like when you hear the song sonically, like when you actually like dive into the music of what they saying, you be like, why would you say that? Like, why would you feel this way? Like, what made you even, in your opinion, like, if I could ever sit down with Tupac, like, well, clearly it's never gonna happen. But if I could have ever sat down with Tupac, I want to know what made you feel like you seen death around the corner, gang. Like, you don't see success around the corner. I get the song, but you don't see the following that you have, gang. Like, it's people following you, bro.
There's something in the book, in that good book that our grandmothers tell us about. It's a certain saying in that book that I keep it close to me. There's power of life and death in the tongue. And so many of our up and coming rappers and favorite rappers, they talk about death. Oh, somebody gonna do this to me. Something gonna happen to me.
And you know what?
I'm scared that this might happen.
I can agree with you on this point, right? Because I watched the Key Glock interview, right? R.I.P. Dolph.
Facts.
Right? Paper Out Frank. He came out after Dolph died, right? All right, so I'm gonna say this. Key Glock said this in one of his like interviews that he said, bruh seen that. Bruh felt it. Bruh knew it. Listen to the music, right? And the first song they premiered was I Wanna Get Away. Right? And on that song, he said, I want to go be with my granny. Fuck some fame, fuck a Grammy. That shit stuck with me on a different level, bro. You know why? Dolph talks so much about his grandma. Mm-hmm. And what it affected him when she died. Right? Mm-hmm. To say on a song, I want to go be with my granny, that means something to me. It just hit different. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it hit different for everybody else. It hit different for me. Because I lost my grandma at 15. You get what I'm saying? So
my condolences.
So when you say these type of things, it's like I look at shit differently. Because at 15, I felt that way. But I also understood that my grandma wouldn't want that. So I can't say these type of things. Because I feel like when you see a point of life where it's like, do I die? Do I kill myself? Mm-hmm. Do I see something coming? Mm-hmm. Even your reference, I see death around the corner. Like, why do you see that? You've been shot 5 times, gang. Why do you see that? Biggie, why do you see life after death? How can you see these things? How? For the impact of what you brought to the game of what people are. Like, how do you see these things? And I get it. Everybody is made for a short period of time or whatever their time span is. And when God feel like he got to come, you've reached your max and you did your job, he's going to come talk to you about it. And he's going to come take you. And everybody going to have to deal with what they got to deal with, right? But it's crazy, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I don't feel like Von ever said these things.
No.
But it is songs where Von say, if I die, my niggas gonna slide. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has referenced death before. You know what I'm saying? And that is the part where it kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you do? Like,
Something.
how do you not, when you see it though, like I see it every day. Like, we don't come from a block where we lost so many homies. Like, everybody died. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but if you come from an area where niggas just dying left and right, how don't you see that shit?
Yeah.
This is what I'm at.
So, like you said, so we kind of, we both from Detroit, born and raised, and we know
West McNichols,
yes,
born
sir.
and raised.
So it's
Little Short Block is where I spend most of my days.
so for okay, I'm gonna just give it from my perspective. One of the reasons,
Cuz I hope you still on here because we're about to make a phone call. But go ahead.
but one of the reasons why I think, I guess from my perspective, why I didn't really see it as bleak and as things can only get, I guess, worse from here was the type of influences I subjected myself to and the type of people I hung around. Like, we from the hood, but like at some point, as you start to grow through life and you start to develop and you start to get some experiences up under you, your perspective on life is going to change.
But everybody don't get a chance.
I know. And the reason why I say that is some people, I get it. Some people are brought into a certain lifestyle. Some people are brought into it. A lot of it not by choice. But it's like when you let's say if you out here, let's say you selling drugs and you say like, man, you pray to God every night, like, God, I just want a way out of this, but I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to lose my life. I want to live a long time. I want to live a fruitful life. And you keep praying to God. You keep asking him for that. God will show you a way, but it may not be the way that you like. And sometimes God will show us a sliver of what could be, but it may not necessarily at that point in time be better than what we have at that moment. So yeah, I'm selling drugs, I'm making all this money, I'm doing whoop-de-whoop-whoop-whoop. And that better life might be flipping burgers at Burger King. And immediately we see that like, man, I don't want to flip burgers at Burger King, I'm making all this money selling dope and then. But that's not all that God has for you. But it's better because you don't have to look over your shoulder all the time. You don't got to be worrying about somebody going to rob you and kill you. You can just live a honest life or try to. So I think in some instances, even niggas that might be knee deep in this shit on some Colin Kaepernick type shit, they knee deep in this.
That's crazy.
Okay, fine. They might
Pause
be
that,
really
please, dude.
Pause, fine.
Thank you.
They might be really into it. But there may be times where, as you've heard, divine intervention will come to you and show you it don't always gotta be like that. And some people, they either ignore the signs or they see it and be like, that's not what I want. And you can't say like, oh man, well, I prayed to God and God didn't answer me. Yes, he did. You just didn't listen to him, or you didn't want to hear what he was trying to tell you. And I'm guilty of it too. I'm not perfect. Like, yeah, God didn't show me better before, but I'm like, God, I don't want to do that. Well, how can I keep asking for better if better is right here, but I don't want to go do better because it might not be better than what I got right now.
I agree. No, listen, I totally agree. Hey, T2 Nation, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, do the same fucking thing.
Spiritual.
We definitely did, but we got deep Pause.
Pause.
We went far, and I wasn't ready for it. Like I wasn't ready for that because I really got a question that I really want to ask, and I want people to kind of tune in for the for the real moment of what we got going on. All right, so let's talk about it because we didn't talk about it yesterday on the podcast. Bud and Arrow,
I'm be honest.
Spence and Bud.
I'm be honest with you.
If you pick Spence, I'm gonna kick you off this podcast. I promise you.
I'm not. I got I got Crawford.
Promise you I'm gonna kick you off this
No,
podcast.
I got Crawford. He gonna win.
I got Bud too.
I mean, I just don't. I don't see Spence really. There's not really much he can do with.
I feel like he gonna walk dog down. And listen, all right. So look, this is my opinion on how I feel. Right? Somebody said something to me, or I'm not gonna say it. Somebody said something to me. I've heard something like when I was watching the pod. Right? All right. So I watched the Pivot. Right? And for a lot of people out there, it's a sports podcast, and they do a lot of interviews with sports. The sports people. Right? Yeah. So they did this Spence Bud interviews. Right? All right, so I listened to Spence interview and then I listened to Bud interview. They just dropped Bud interview, and they fight Saturday. All right, so in Spence's interview, they never talked about Spence, actually being hurt. You know what I'm saying, or actually getting like stunned,
Getting his bell rung. Yeah.
right, like actually having that moment. Right, they talked about when his mouthpiece got knocked out. But he wasn't stunned. He just, like he said, I got a partial in my mouth. I was trying to make sure it was still there. I ain't want to be out there with the missing grill. Cool. But then they did Bud's interview, right? And with Bud's interview, they said, like, we've never seen Errol be, like, actually hurt, but I've seen you be hurt. Right? Like I'm paraphrasing. Like I've never seen you like get actually hurt in the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like where you got hit and you had to respond. And this is also too me watching It Is What It Is. Shout out to Cam and Mace. They had Ice Cube on there today. Fuck
where I got it from.
Fuck the NBA because they don't want to support the big three. I stand with the big three.
They competition, man. That's why.
They're not competition. They're actually no, they're not. They're actually a retirement subsidiary that could help the NBA. If you have players that can't make it or that don't they're on their way out and they're trying to still become something, you guys could actually partner with the big three and it would be a bigger thing. You know what I'm saying? And it would actually be scheduled to a right way. You know what I'm saying? So some of your veterans that want to stay in the NBA, they don't got to sit around and try to act like they're going to take the veteran minimum. They can actually still ball and play in the big three.
I got pushback for that.
Whatever. But in my case, I feel like Bud's gonna do some, like Bud's gonna at some point in the fight, Bud's gonna definitely change it. And I feel like Errol gotta be ready for that. And that's the part where I feel like Errol is not gonna be ready for that. Cause if you get hurt by, like, I'm not saying, cause Bud could get knocked out too. Like, let's not just act like he can't be hurt. Spence could walk him down, knock him out easily.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not that hard. But I also believe that Bud, as a technician, he's not gonna take those punches that Sean Porter took or anybody else that he fought took. You know what I'm saying?
So you're saying he won't put himself in danger,
right? And I don't know what Earl will do when he put himself in danger. Though you always been you've been the aggressor. So what type of fighter would you be when you got to take the step back and be the fighter on the back foot and kind of be defensive? How do you fight then? You see what I'm saying? I feel that way about Tank too. I feel that way about Devin. I feel that way about a lot of people because I feel like that's the reason they ducking Shakur. Because I feel like if you get put on your back foot, can you fight? Can you really do this?
a lot of guys can't.
And that's my point.
A lot of guys can't.
That's my point.
But to your point about the big three, the reason why I say that it's competition, I'm saying it from the perspective of, let's say you said players that may not necessarily make it in the NBA, but they can still ball. So what happens if they get a guy who's out of the league by 25? He goes to the big three, and he's balling. He's killing it over there. With other guys at or on his skill, well, on or a little bit under his skill level, and he signed a contract with the big three. But let's say a team call him and say, "Hey, man, we want to give you a 30-day." Now, because of his previous obligation to the big three, can he take that 30-day from the NBA?
Yes.
Oh, he can. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
You should be able to. It's a difference.
But again,
What I'm saying is it's a difference on that potential because you're 25 and you signed in. The big three ain't really coinciding with the NBA. They don't play at the same time for real. They play more so considerate with the WNBA than they do with the NBA.
Or do you think that the NBA might try to step on their toes a little bit and say, well, instead of just signing them to a 30-day, let's start doing 1-year minimums.
Okay.
And just to keep those guys away from the big three.
That's cool. If you take that 25-year-old. But you also got to understand that you got veterans who can still play basketball and they may be on their way out. That's the people that they marketing after.
Okay.
Joe Johnson, like.
Still a bucket.
You get what I'm saying? Like, Catino Mobley, like.
Still
These niggas are still buckets.
He's still a bucket, too.
I'm just saying, these aren't these humans are still buckets. Like, Tracy McGrady could go play in that league. Like, you have to understand that it ain't always about the young guy. You get what I'm saying? But if you gonna put this young guy in the G League and he get drafted by the big three, let him play. Like, let him play. Because I can make probably more money. Whichever, I feel like just let him make the decision. Whichever one makes more financial decision or make a better financial decision for yourself, take the opportunity. If it's going back to the G League and playing in the G League and you can make more money over here, then make more money over in the G League. But if you can make a 3-on-3 tournament that's really styled and based to what it is for the big three, I feel like then go make that money too. Like, I don't want you to choose to either or. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like Ice Cube kind of got that understanding. But if the NBA actually would partner with Dog, you know what I'm saying? Like, you would be able to subsidize what goes on. You get what I'm saying? And y'all would make money off of it because it's not just us. Y'all promoting us too. You get what I'm saying? Like, in y'all off time, here is the NBA. After the finals, now here go the big three. We can give y'all a season of basketball for the big three.
Okay. I get what you're saying.
You get what I'm saying? It's 3-on-3. Y'all, we still got attractive names that could come to this NBA thing.
So I'm thinking now, because I like where you're going with that. So do you think that the big three at some point, let's say after the finals didn't happen, this NBA season is over, whatever. Do you think that the big three in some ways could become an alternative like the Drew League?
Yeah.
Okay.
But why? Okay, so this is my only problem with it. Why would y'all support the Drew League, but you don't support the NBA? You got more young players playing in the Drew League than you do in the big three.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, well, then, like, could you imagine like somebody like just throw a name out there, Kyrie Irving playing in the big three? That'd be crazy. Like, yeah, he playing in the Drew League. Yeah, we know that. But, like, other names, they're like, well, I don't want to play in the Drew League.
Okay, well, let's just make this even crazier. What if LeBron decides to retire and now I want to play in the big three?
Yeah.
Because I'm going to bring other stars to come play. Now I may get Dwayne Wade to come play. I may get Chris Bosh to come out of retirement. Now those are my big three. Those are my three players that I want to play with. Yeah. And they want to play. You get what I'm saying? Like, we can still play. Like, we can bring a lot of attention to this situation. But
I'm pretty sure Iman Shumpert can still hoop too.
I'm just saying these are the situations where it could be. Iman Shumpert may want to join the league after he see LeBron join, or he may want to join this if Dog join. Like that, Dog. Like, that's just what I'm saying. Like, just me personally, that's how I feel about where those guys could possibly or potentially make the big three better, because you can help. There's nothing wrong with giving life to NBA basketball on every level. You helped in the NCAA, because you want those players to come to the NBA. Once they come to the NBA, if you're done, you either gonna go to the G League, the D League, or whatever the league is. You're gonna do something. You either gonna go overseas, but why send them overseas and let them play when they can come to the big three?
Yeah.
And you can play here. Brandon Jennings, Gilbert Arenas. You get what I'm saying? Like, y'all can play right here. And we can keep it all in America. It's just it's a transition. Everything is a transition. And the NBA can help with that transition.
Now, I think this will be a great question for the sports pod next week too.
We'll talk about it.
But I also wanted to ask, but I want to say this on camera so I don't forget. My question would be, do you think that players that are, 18, 19, 20, do you think that they should do college, or do you think they should just go overseas and like, man, I ain't going to do college. I'm going to just go overseas and hoop?
I answered that on Tuesday.
Yeah. But I just want to put that out. I want to put that question out there. Because I think
make sure y'all be there for Tuesday. But give me a second. Hold on. No, go ahead.
I definitely think that that's a great for us to build on. But back to box, offensive fighter is kind of, I think in some ways overlooked, because a lot of people have seen Floyd do it and be great at it for so long that it's like, oh man, I don't want to see that. I want to see somebody get knocked out.
Hold on. So you're not gonna answer the phone? You're gonna be in the pod, but you're not gonna answer the fucking phone? Answer the phone.
But yeah, you.
All right, you're annoying as fuck. Hold on. I got a question. I got to just ask.
Your phone.
If they don't answer, I'm gonna be upset.
Ring, pick up your phone.
Niggas is acting real light skinned today.
DJ, please pick up your phone up on the request lines.
I came out of the room. I can't believe it.
This is crazier than yesterday when you was trying to film boy.
I promise you, bro. This shit is crazy, yo. These niggas do not just be thinking, bro, like,
Oh man.
But it's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. Nigga, I wanted you to answer the phone. That was what, stupid.
Oh man.
But that's here nor there.
We gotta get it together.
Yeah, we do. Yes.
But yeah, I think the art of the being a great defensive fighter is kind of frowned upon, because we've seen Floyd be great at it for so long, and now people just like, man, we want to see people get knocked out, and I don't got time for all that counter punching and dodging and bobbing and weaving. But I really think that being a great defensive fighter in this day and age is still a really good thing, and it's something that I think a lot more fighters should utilize more of. I mean, you can't hit what you can't see.
You feel like?
Yeah, I mean, I think. Don't get me wrong. Like, yeah, I would love to see two guys just scrap and go at it, but I think boxing sometimes is more than just ultra violence. It's a chess match between two physical pieces. It's a chess match. And, like, I'm not saying you throw a jab and then I dodge, or you throw a hook and I dodge, but, you want to seeing that, because that says to me that they take training very seriously, and they really care about the art of the fight. Now, of course, I love to see people get knocked out too, but sometimes I want to see people just kind of, boxing is it can be a dance of sorts.
That's what they said. They said they was the best dancing partners for each other. Yeah. Cuz, I have a question. You live on the pod right now. I have a quick question. I just want you to know that you live on the pod, right?
Two Nation, what it do?
You heard me. Hey, listen. So listen. All right, I know you're not really into sports, but I do want to know your example, because you do watch boxing, right? So Errol Spence and Terrence Bud Crawford, who you taking and why?
I'm taking Terrence Crawford.
Give me a reason why.
And the only it ain't even on no boxing shit. It's just on politics. He got the most to lose. You know what I'm saying? He got the most to lose out of everybody. So if he loses, it's like his career is over. It's like gonna be a wrap. But Errol lose, it's gonna be okay. The accident had me fucked up. I'm getting back together. It probably was to make he'll have a reason and he can still flow. But dog lose his whole everything. He lose. He gonna be like Adrian Broner around this bitch. He lose.
Damn, that's a great opinion, cuz I can't even lie, cuz I never even thought about it that way.
Yeah, you know boxing politics, man. And that's all that shit is.
I agree. All right, man, I love you, man. I just wanted to really get that.
I love y'all too. Two Nation, man. Much love, man.
All right, always, man.
I love y'all, man.
Love you too.
Love you too, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
that's a good point
crazy.
though.
Yeah,
Listen,
these niggas
I just want to let y'all know, like, that's a great point because the simple fact, if you think about it, like, he do got the most to lose, and he could be AB.
I done seen Adrian Broner talk so much shit and get his damn head beat in.
Saving batteries, nobody got power. I see. Y'all is not rocking with us today. Like, that's crazy. We appreciate you, Reese, for being in the car with it.
Facts.
Support you from the car. I promise
Facts.
you. We support you from the car, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, man, my
Let's talk
power
about
out
it.
too. My power out too.
What? Listen, what's crazy is why is everybody power out? Like, okay, listen, y'all, we pay a lot of money for DTE, right?
Don't get me started.
So if we pay so much, like, what is the problem to where every time a big storm happened, I'm not saying like a huge storm because it didn't really like go crazy today.
It only rained hard for like a minute.
Right. So
Literally.
why is the power out? Like, why is it an instant knockout? And then this is not like just one area. It knock out like 5 to 6 areas.
You know why?
And then they take their sweet ass time to get it. But they want all their money on.
On time, yeah. Because DTE is too fucking lazy to reinforce the power grid. That's what it is.
What you mean reinforce it?
So I don't really know all of the technical terms for it, but I guess long story short, there are certain things that they can do to make, you know, like how you see those little boxes on like the telephone lines. So there are certain things that they can do, or certain things that they can do to those that can make them more durable against hard weather like rain, thunderstorms, that sort of thing.
Right.
But because Detroit has a lot of old homes, DTE is just like, nah, we're not trying to do all of that. Because it's going to take a while to fix. It's not something that can happen overnight. It's going to take a few years to do it.
But they always outside fixing something.
Yeah, I know. But would you rather fix the problem completely and have some people without power for 2 weeks or longer? Or would you just rather just temporarily fix it and then just keep on fixing it? So do you want to... Right. Do you want to... do you want to... No. Yeah, I get you. But a lot of times, DTE, they rather just prevent it instead of just curing it. But they don't do a good job of preventing it because the power's still out for a lot of people.
And I feel bad for everybody that don't have power right now. Like, the only thing, the reason that I say that is because of the simple fact, like, I remember when I was staying in the hood, you know what I'm saying? Like, off the Ave, you know what I'm saying? It was
One of the comments said money. That's why, because money.
it could be money, right? But listen, but even if then though, like, y'all could change this, bro.
Yeah.
Like, y'all could fix this, and it would make it would even make you more money because people wouldn't lose power. Like, that mean their power is actually working, so you can charge them for it. Like, people are really gonna like buck the system when you tell me that I've been out of power for a week or 3 days, and
But I still want my $400 though.
Yeah, you still want $225.
I still need that though.
Like, that don't make sense. I don't have power. Like, I have to go to somewhere else that still has the power. Like, I have to go source out power to figure out even to charge my phone.
Think about all the food that's gonna spoil.
Right, and that was my next point. Like, you got to think about people that got to replace all the food that they lost, or all the things that they got in their refrigerator that may go bad, or in they the freezer may be decent if you still got, like, if it's really froze, but at that point, if it don't come on in the next couple days, then you gotta, you feel me? That's thawed food. At that point, you gotta cook it or it's over with. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. Like, I just feel like, in my opinion, I feel like DT could do a lot better, and they don't try to. I don't feel like they doing it enough, and they say they do. And all those apps and people just saying like, hey, it's gonna be out for this time. They never stand on what time limit is gonna be, because you can never determine what it's gonna be. Like, you don't know what time your worker is gonna be out there to fix the power or whatever it is. And I feel like you might have to cut a tree down. So you told me 2:00, and now 2:00 might turn into 9:00. I'm asleep by the time the power came back on.
What's crazy is I don't know if they've been in your area, but what's crazy is I seen this I guess landscaping company, if that's what you want to call them. I seen them all through my neighborhood on L Block. I seen them all through the neighborhood cutting down branches and stuff off trees. But lo and behold,
power out.
It rained for 60, we'll say 75 seconds.
Do you think the trees may have saved y'all from losing power like as much as you feel me on the air?
No.
But listen, think about this though. Like when we was kids, we didn't lose a lot of power. Teenagers, we didn't lose a lot of power.
Yeah.
Even as adults, we didn't really lose a lot of power. And it's just raining. But what I'm saying is, think about it now. Now that we're older adults, it's just like, damn, every other week we out of power. Like, why is the power off? You get what I'm saying? Like, when you paying the bill, now you like, why is the fucking power off? Like, I want to play the game. I pay for this stuff.
I was literally in the middle of Call of Duty.
That is the craziest moment when it just cut off.
The crazy
Listen,
thing, I was cooking too.
man,
I was cooking.
Man.
I was cooking. And I heard a boom. I said, I know what that is. Power went out. I said, yep.
Sure.
DTE finna get on my nerves. I already know.
That's how you know it'd be like, here. I hate that sound.
Yep.
And everybody already understand, like, when you do it off the, you feel me? Like, just even on the blackout, like, as soon as you see the power flicker, you be like, fuck, don't cut off. Please just cut back on. Like, just flick. All right, it's back on. Whew.
Man, like I'm not trying to go to Home Depot or wherever place I gotta go to rent a generator, bro. Don't nobody want to do all that.
Even if you rent a generator, I still gotta pay for gas. Like, DTE ain't gonna hit you with the gas money that you gotta put in the generator.
Reimburse me for the food that I lost either.
They not that what they made. They're not gonna give you everything, but they gonna get you probably like $100. They hit you with $100.
Man, what the hell is $100 gonna do when
I
groceries is 400 and up?
Let's go get you some eggs. Eggs like $50, so they go get you some eggs.
Maybe a pack of cheese,
You
some
know what
bologna,
I'm saying?
maybe
Hey, some bread. You know what I'm saying? The
Not
basics.
no milk though, because milk is about $6. So.
That's the basics. You gotta start making decisions around this bitch.
And that, you know what? And you know, I'm glad you brought that up because this is why I think, you know, we as people, like our people, black people, I think we should try to get back in the art of trying to like garden, like, you know, planting our own vegetables and fruit and finding other ways or alternative sources so we don't have to depend on so many different outward sources. Now, I don't necessarily know how we can create our own electricity, although I'm pretty sure we got some really intelligent people in the world that can
Well,
probably
I
help us
just feel
figure that
like,
out.
you know, they do solar panels.
See, my only thing about solar panels is
They charge all day long as the sun up.
right, but my thing is this.
What if you have a gloomy day?
Yes!
Hey, you ain't got no power for
Dude,
today.
come on, man. That be the
Your
only
power.
thing that's scaring me. Like
Your
when
power is off, gang.
man, I can't do it. Because I was like, you know, solar power don't sound bad, but we have a day like this. Oh, shit, I'm in trouble.
Well, the sun was out a little bit.
Like what? 5 minutes?
That may charge you. It may charge you up. It got you a good, you know what I'm saying? It got you a good charge because it was out there.
Like,
and then it rained and it was like, now you got to understand that you only got a half a battery. You gotta choose your power wisely. Gotta use your power wisely.
So what, we doing the Hunger Games with the appliances?
Yeah,
Okay,
hey.
so look, I'm not using you. I'm not using you.
But then you will know, like, I guess you just know, like, some other way they probably don't take much to fully charge those though. Like when you probably on this, it'll probably take like an hour or 3. You know what I'm saying? Something simple. As long as the sun out, you get some good. You know what I'm saying? Some good solar because you're not using power during the day though. Like
True.
pretty much, you're not really using the power during the day. You're really just using it at night when the sun go down. Because now it's like, all right, now we need to use the power. You feel me? I mean, you may charge your phone, but if you're not home, think about people that like work. Like so, from 9 to 5, if you work. And the sun out, boom, you charge your crib, ooh, it's charged. You good. Like, I guess you would go on throughout the day, but outside of that.
So let me ask you this, because as you know in the world, they're trying to make the switch from gas-powered vehicles to electric vehicles. Do you think in the next...
You got to get a generator for things like that. I mean, for days like that.
Now, do you think us as a society converting to a fully electric world, like a fully electric component of, electric component society, do you think in the next 20 or 50 years that will be sustainable?
No.
I don't think so either.
I feel like in the next 20 or 30, 50 years, like 20 or 50 years, if you running off that, I feel like the government, like somebody's gonna be controlling the point to where it's like, today you talking crazy to me, and tomorrow I'm cutting everything.
All it takes is an EMP. All of that power gone. All of it.
And that's the scary part.
That's what I'm really worried about. That part of it.
Yeah, that's the tough part.
Because you can't just turn off no gas generator. You can't do nothing with that. You got to get up on it and unplug it.
Yeah, and then listen, it's hard out here, man. You got to figure it out. I guess it's just the same. All right, so look, let's get to the topic because we got to get to the topic at hand, right? All right,
What you got for me, dog?
how do you change your image? How do you change their image? How do you change that image? How do you just change the image? Period.
Okay, now when you say image, do you mean how other people perceive you, or how do I see myself?
I'm both ways.
Okay, so and I want to thank somebody really close to me for kind of giving me this perspective. I want to shout out my lady. She has really kind of opened my eyes to the idea of you should, like, yeah, you can care about what some people that's close to you can care about what they think, but sometimes you have to go into the business of saying, fuck what you think about me. Just straight up. Just fuck what you think about me. Because whether if I do good or if I do bad, you're going to always have something to say.
Right.
Now, I think where the difference comes in is constructive criticism. And sometimes you have to be able to navigate the difference between constructive criticism and somebody just throwing shade on you. It's a lot, and it's crazy because you hear people say things like, "Oh, don't worry about how the message is delivered. Worry about the message." But you have to make the message. You have to make your delivery of the message. Sometimes you have to make it palatable in order for people to receive it. Because if you calling me a stupid motherfucker, but you giving me some game, I'm not gonna hear anything you saying because you keep calling me a stupid motherfucker.
Facts.
I don't know what that, man, fuck what you talking about. But if you pull me to the side and say, hey, young brother, listen, man, the reason why I'm talking to you about this is because I see something in you, and, you go into that, like, damn, okay, like, because, OG don't even really know me like that, but he giving me some game right now.
Facts.
So I think how you can change, I guess, the way people perceive you, be approachable, be coachable, be humble, but don't be a fool. You can, I say this all the time. Play the fool, but don't be the fool. So you can play dumb, but don't be dumb.
I can agree with that.
I think also, be approachable. Try to be as humble as you can. Be coachable. Be teachable. As far as changing, I guess my image of myself, I guess it just depends on how I see myself. Because me, I'm a big dude, and right now I ain't got my hair cut, but some days I still feel like, man, I'm still the shit. I'm not what I'm used to right now. Like, I'm still the shit. It's just, I ain't what I usually am. But I think that also it just lies into how you perceive yourself. Like, some people say, like, oh man, but if you don't never have your haircut, how other people gonna see you? I say, okay, let's just go for it. Jay-Z be having a mop on his head. J. Cole got a mop on his head. Kendrick be having a mop on his head. Kevin Durant got taco meat on his head.
This nigga.
None of them care about how other people perceive them. But then that's not, because you could say, well, they millionaires. But part of, I guess, getting to that level is you have to stop caring what everybody thinks about you. Because at some point, like I said, people just gonna have something to say about you. Whether you could go save 10 children from a burning building, and it's always gonna be that one or group of people that be like, well, you could have saved 11, but you didn't. You only saved 10. But it's like, bro, I saved 10 children.
That's hard.
So,
Pause.
but no, that's what I think. I just think to change the image for yourself, it just depends on how you perceive yourself.
All right. To me personally, how do you change the image of yourself? Like, how do you just change the image? Like, you change the image by actions. You know what I'm saying? Being able to be in a situation with people and understand that this is the situation where I feel like we grow. You know what I'm saying? Like, understanding that everybody has an opinion on what they need, what they think is, you know what I'm saying, right? And listening to opinions, and you know what I'm saying, being able to take constructive criticism at all times. Mm-hmm. How do you change the image? Well, I changed that. I may have been a robber on Tuesday. But I'm just trying to tell you that I don't want to rob niggas no more. I want to go work at Taco Bell today. You know what I'm saying? I'm changing my image. Like, yeah, that was me. I used to steal on Wednesdays, but now I don't steal no more. You know what I'm saying? I may have been the shoe guy on, you know what I'm saying, all my life, but now I'm a podcaster. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, this just the things that I just want people to understand. So, like, how do you change the image? Just by actions. I'm doing this. So, understand and put respect on what I got going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, when I was robbing niggas, y'all didn't like me. You know what I'm saying? But now that I'm doing this, it seems less aggressive and less violent. So you may like me now. You know what I'm saying? Or you may just be like, all right, don't think that I'm not the same guy. Like, don't think that my mentality changed. It's just I scale back what I do. Like, I feel like this is something that kind of opened me up to be a better person. So I need to do these things to make sure that if I'm doing this, then I can be a better person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think a lot of niggas, like, or a lot of people just in general, just understand, like, how do you change your image? By actions. Like, you say you want something, but what's the action that you showed to say that you want those things? And yeah, you may have changed for a day or two, but did you change for the year? Did you change for the eternity of your life? Like, did you take that as a lesson, or did you just really concept that for that time?
Consistency.
It's always got to be the key. You get what I'm saying? And if you stay consistent, you're going to bring back your motivation for whatever that you felt that you needed. You get what I'm saying?
Can I share something with you? Can I tell you a story? So I want to say maybe about 7 or 8 months ago, I didn't have a car. And, I was walking to work every day. And I said, man, I want to get a car. I want to get a car. I kept saying, I want to get a car. I want to get a car. I want to get a car. But every other day, I'm buying food. I'm eating out. Well, how am I going to get a car if I'm always eating out? If I'm always spending my money frivolously?
Okay, so listen, what you got to understand is, yes, everybody has to understand that period where it's like, I got to like bow down and just really save my money sometimes. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I got to really do these things to just get what I want, right? But then also, like, don't tarnish your life. Like, that may be an experience you may not get back.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So you did that with that. Like, that was an experience. I learned something.
Yeah.
I might not get that same offering or the same. It may not be the same when I come back the next time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might have a bad experience when it come back the next time.
I got something called an easyism for y'all. And that's when sometimes I might say something that might be a little profound, or it might have been something that you heard from somebody. But first thing is, growth happens when you become uncomfortable. So,
Of course.
in your life, whatever it is that you choose to do, if it's something that you're passionate about, take it, apply pressure to it.
That's a fact.
Second thing I would say is, you will see the type of people that you have when you don't have anything and when you have everything.
When you got, boy, I promise you.
You will learn what type of people you have around you. When you can't offer somebody something, you'll learn, dang man, ain't nobody really got me for real. But back when I had this and I was doing this, everybody was around.
All right. So listen, this is how I feel, right?
I'm sorry. The car story. So I kept saying that I wanted a car. And I couldn't ask nobody for help. I couldn't ask nobody for help. I just had to. I was going to work every day, but I'm like, man, like something got to give. I got to do something. So then I'm like, well, man, I'm just gonna start saving my money. And it's a simple story, but it's true. Sometimes you just gotta tighten your belt and be like, man, look, this is what my goal is. This is what I want. This is what I'm gonna get. So you just gotta tighten your belt and do it.
Right. All right. I heard this from somebody, but it really came from like Moneybag Yo, right? Mm-hmm. Say, I tell people I'm good because if I tell you I'm not, what you gonna do about it?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
It's true shit.
What you gonna do about it? Mm-hmm. Right? And a lot of people be like, well, I can help. How do you help? Right? Are you gonna give me the lecture? Are you gonna give me the conversation, or do you have actions? Mm-hmm. And this is where I always refer to, it's about your actions. So I can tell you I'm not.
Got some shit to say about that.
No, we're gonna get back to it because we gotta get out of here. Listen, all I'm telling you is this is where we're gonna end it.
Yeah.
I can tell people I'm good.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But if I tell you I'm not, what you gonna do about it? Right? because a lot of people ain't gonna do nothing about it. I agree, Reese. You got to make sacrifices even though it hurt. I promise you I agree with that. Right? But then again, coming back next Wednesday, right? We start with, I'm telling people I'm good because if I tell you I'm not, what you going to do about it, right? And a lot of people be like, oh, I can help you subsidize the small things that you deal with, right? That's cool, but that may not be the problem. Right? That's to me could be the problem. But it may not be the problem. Right? Like I can visually right now see what my problem is. But the bigger problem could be back there. So if I really tell you my real problem, what you gonna do about it to help me get through it? This problem could open a door for a lot of things that make you feel some type of different way. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Like how do you subsidize what I go through? Like, I probably shield you from a lot of things that I probably go through, just like any human, male or female. You shield certain things from certain people because you don't want them to deal with what you go through, right?
Right.
Because I don't know if it's a burden. I don't know what you really think that may be a burden, what you may not think a burden.
One thing that we're always taught as men is that you never want to burden other people.
All right, there
Facts.
she go.
Facts.
All right, there she goes. She talking her shit tonight. All right, so look.
You see why I love her now, right?
That's crazy.
But of course, you got to have the right people around you. But also, you got to have people that's willing to go in the fire with you.
There you go.
It always be some people that'll be on the sideline like, yeah, bro, you can do that. But it's only a small set of people that's going to get on the front line and push with you.
Right. I agree with that. And we got to end right there.
Love y'all, man. Appreciate y'all coming through. Tied to the game. T2 Nation.
Hey, man, listen. It is, it's always been it's like always been one of my appreciated favors that y'all join in every week. And, you know, Wednesdays and Sundays that y'all come kick it with the kid. You know what I'm saying? Whether, you know, whoever shows up, you know what I'm saying? Whoever kicks it with us, man, we love that the nation rock with the nation. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are a community, bro. We try to put more personalities. Over here on Tied to the Game, we try to build personalities. We don't want the personality, we want to build it. That's why we don't do interviews. You know what I'm saying? That's why we don't interview your favorite celebrities. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to interview people that's real. Like, let's talk about some real conversations. I don't want to talk about what you did in your, you're popping right now. Guess what? Don't care. All right, let me just keep it a stack with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's just what it is. So, like, I don't want to interview people. You know what I'm saying? This is a podcast, bro. A podcast is more so set for my opinions. This is therapy for me. I always tell people 1,000 times it's therapy for me. So I want people to respect that and understand, like, I don't want to do interviews, but I will. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like you could bring something, I may ask you a few questions about your personal life. We can have that conversation, but also let's kick it about this other shit that's going on in the world. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, Laced Up Marks on Instagram, man. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. Tied to the Game right here on YouTube. Young Homie Podcast over there on YouTube from the Coach's View. That nigga be on from the Coach's View from time to time. Make sure y'all subscribe, man. YHPTV Dmarks 26 on Twitch and TikTok, bro. Please just follow the kid. Fuck with me. I'm going to drop a new TikTok tonight. I'm going to just go, I got to get it together. I got to finish it. I dropped one the other day, man. I was about to water, and I was listening to Gunna. That shit was hard. Like, pause. That shit was fire.
Man, didn't you call Gunna a snitch?
I mean, just because he snitched don't mean that he don't make good music. We don't know who rapped and snitched. You know what I'm saying? We can only speculate. You know what I'm saying? Unless the paperwork come out and say, "Hey, you're a rat." You know what I'm saying? T.I. said he told on his dead cousin, but we still bang urban music. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas still out here on 24. Nigga trying to be a comedian. Like, I'm just saying, like, we don't know who told on who.
Oh, man, you're supposed to be from the streets perspective because the streets say you ain't supposed to mess with them.
And that's just what it is. But if that's what it is, then I'm just saying, let's talk about Nicky Barnes. Let's talk about, you feel me, Alpo. Let's talk about a lot of people that told and still get the street respect.
That's why I say let's talk about it.
All right, man.
Because they love Alpo.
That is my guy, Flow Easy, man. I appreciate you always, man.
Man, follow me on Instagram at _FlowEasy, FLOWEASY. Follow me on IG, man. I'm about to start getting back active. I'm about to start talking my ish again. And now it's on camera, so I have to do it. So I'm about to start talking my ish again. So if you ever see me in your algorithm, man, just pull up and say what's up, man. And if you agree with me, fuck you. No, I'm just playing. If you agree with me or disagree with me, tell me why you disagree with me. And I ain't gonna hate you if you disagree with me because I love you at the end of the day. Because I want to see you prosper.
There you go. And I'm always on TikTok going crazy. You feel me? I might do some little dances or some little TikTok dance. Or I might share the kids, man. You know what I'm saying? I always support the 10U Steelers, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just what I do. I support all the youth. You know what I'm saying? Especially Little League football. I pull up to anybody's game, and I always give people the highlights of what I pull up to. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of my niche. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I see football at a different level. So I give that concept to the kids. I support the kids.
So what you gonna be
know what
like
I'm
the Black John Madden of the youth
Hey,
league?
call me City Ballers of Detroit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
wrong with that.
Young Army Podcast is definitely City Ballers of Detroit. And I got that idea from City Ballers. That's why I give them the credit. You know what I'm saying? They credit because nobody glorifies or signify or just show off the kids like they did at that level. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you have overtime and all that. Y'all pick the kids that y'all want to do that too. City Ballers pulled up to a random game of the week. This is the game of the week. I'm shooting the nigga that just even passing out water. You get what I'm saying? We're going to get pictures of him so he could post it on his IG or his Facebook. Like, City Ballers was something different. And I don't know if everybody in the world know what City Ballers is. This is a global podcast that we're trying to make. So I'm just telling y'all from Detroit's perspective, City Ballers was what was our global ESPN. You know what I'm saying? That was our ESPN. So that's what we stood on. You know what I'm saying? But we love y'all. We support y'all. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, tie your shoes up, lace them up. Join the nation. If y'all want Flow Easy back, he'll be back Wednesday. Like, it's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Sunday, we'll be back with Shea. Listen, we going to talk. Listen, ladies, hit us up on Tied to the Game on Instagram. Let us know what y'all need us to ask, because I'll ask those tough questions to my dog, and she really asks and answers all questions, and she accepts it. Follow me on TikTok, man. YHPTV Dmarks 26. Road to 1,000. I'm just trying to get 1,000 people to follow me, man, just so I can go live, so I can show y'all what it is behind the scenes before we do the pod or after the pod, and even during the pod. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, we love y'all.
Love and happiness.
Cause Henny got the easy.